You already know. Easy A in the building. Grand rising, grand afternoon, grand evening, depending on, what time this pops up for y'all. Um, we're gonna talk about me today. Um, you know, different ways I think. You know, I treat everybody as how I would want to be treated. Um, I don't have no malice towards nobody. I try to have understanding and compassion. And this is just truthful. This is just me. This is nothing that I'm making up to make y'all feel any better. But anybody that that has actually experienced me and willing to tell the truth fully on the interaction, you'll get to know that I'm telling the truth. And anyway, the truth is the truth. You can't change it. You can't break it. You can't deny it. You could try to run around it, but at the end of the day, you're gonna be tired, like because you're gonna never be able to get around it, especially if whatever you trying to get around is unwilling to break or to collapse or to allow you in. So, and that's how the truth stands. It stands all the time. It stands strong, right? Um, do I have a negative side? Mm, Yeah, I do have a negative side. It's just as strong as the light that I project, the love that I project, the healing that I project, the abundance that I project. Am I doing it for validation? I'm saying no, because if I see the need, I'm automatically pulling that way. It's an instinct. It's a knowing. So it's not ego. It's not manipulation. It's it's truth. Like I said, truth is beautiful. My mind goes to a lot of different places, but I keep my mindset on the positive. Negative is easy. We witness negative every day. We watch it in movies. We watch it on TV. Some of us even experience it. Right? You know, I'm the oddball, the black sheep, the crazy one, the one that's so smart that he's insane, or he think he's so smart. And what's funny, the people that's saying that or feeling that way, it's not really, and they get not realizing that they giving me a compliment because that's really how they see me or see whatever individual that they say certain condescending negative things towards. They be mad at a person that actually help them. They not letting you know that you helped them, but something that you said hit, and they furious about it. But yet they're still smiling in your face. And see what else, what other jewels you're dropping they lap that they could capitalize on. And there's a lot of ways of capitalizing on things. The energy is capital. Insight is capital. Connections is capital. Money really don't exist. The power actually resides in each and every one of us. Our job is to hone in, cultivate, and bring that out. And that's the best us. The best us that was created to be that. Whatever's in your heart to be, to strive for it. Even if it takes you your whole life. But I guarantee you, you'll be happy on that journey. You'll feel fulfilled. You won't regret. There is no regret when you in bliss. All of us seek that. All of us crave that in more ways than one. But it's already given to us. And we don't know. We don't understand. We wasn't taught or we was manipulated. And basically, that's all of the above. There's no right or wrong answer to that. It should be just all of the above because there's so many billions, zillions, trillions, whatever biggest number you could fathom, it exists. Right? I've always been a positive supporter for the people in my life and strangers. Right? A lot of other people's lives is so-called, quote unquote, grander. They have this, they have that. They have the things that, some of the things that I would like to have in my life too. Who wouldn't? We want what we want, and we deserve to have whatever we want. The devil got us believing that we are undeserving. It's not that we ain't undeserving, it's that everything has a rule. As long as we following the rule, well, not man's rules, but the universal laws in everything. And I mean, all dimensions, all realms, down to ourselves, that everything is connected. And if you work in complete harmony within yourselves and the universe, the world is yours. And I mean, literally yours. You you can't actually possess the world, but the world will be your platform, will be your playground. You can have heaven on earth right now as we speak. Your own heaven on earth. But why just have your own heaven and earth? Why not everybody have their own heaven on earth, and everybody heaven on earth interact with everybody else's heaven on earth? type of heaven would that be? Like, you see, right? You like, yo, where did he just go with that? But just think about it. You at your best. I'm at my best. Everybody else is at their best. We all doing God's work, which is taking care of each and what you call it, everybody in our own way when needed, if needed, right? You know, our world or our governments got us worrying about population control, food shortages, and you know that can never happen. And the reason why I say that can never happen is because we aren't we God's favorite. We might not act like it, but we are favored by God, each and every last one of us, even the ones that's the most wicked right now. And I know y'all hating me for saying that. You might not be able to, actually show your face, and it's not that you can't show your face because he's all around us. He's omnipresent. You can't hide from him. He see all. So if he see all, that means he's in your presence. Another slap, another punch in the face, another reality. Like my foes, especially in this time season where you go, God is manifesting Himself. He is opening His peace. He's he's starting at that 144,000 and putting them in, getting them right for their positions. He's setting it up. He's moving the pieces. Only thing we have to do is in line with his glory, with his essence, with his love, with his truth. I don't see where humanity can't see it. We know it could be. What's stopping us? We can't say it's our leaders because if everybody, everybody's in agreement that we ain't gonna do this, and I'm talking about worldwide. That we gonna actually work as one. It ain't no more us against you, you against us, and so on. That we are all brothers and sisters, and whatever affects y'all affects me. Whatever affects me affects y'all, and vice versa throughout the galaxies, throughout all known realms, dimensions. And we got keys. We got keys. The keys been hidden. I don't like. I don't understand how we got here where these keys that we possess, that we have always possessed, and I'm not even talking about before we come, be born. When we born, we here unknown, and we here to experience and make our way. But in our insides, there's an inner knowing of what we supposed to be doing or whatever, and through this world, and the devil actually is king here on Mother Gaia for some reason. That's our heavenly Father's. That's his business. I'm just speaking on what we all should know. All right, because in the Bible, he took Jesus up to the highest place in the world, showed him all the riches of the world, and said, "Kneel before me, what you call, and I give you all this." Did y'all know? Did Jesus say you're a liar? Which he is the father of all lies. But that wasn't a lie because he had it in his power. God gave him that to test God. How God goes, if God like allows, yeah, all right, you got all this, but you already know who I am. We still gonna play this game, and that's within each and every last one of us. The thing that Jesus did, we all could do. You see him teach it to his disciples. If they lost their gifts, it's because they didn't keep his ways, keep the faith, knowing what they was doing while he was around. And he also gave them permission to do it after he was gone until he came back. And he's here. He's here. He's not here in human form, but he's gonna make a surprise appearance. We all know that to be. But he's here in Christ consciousness. And in different languages is different things, but it's all the same language. It's all the same basics. It's all the same rules. Only thing we could do is manipulate, but the rules stand. The rules hold up our manipulation if it is a manipulation. Because no lie could be made up out of nothing. It has to have some. It has to have a smidgen of truth in it for it to hold, to have any structure. No matter how frail the structure is, that piece that would you call it, that solid, that would be the one that stands up to the test of time. Mhm. All right. I know I say that if all of us taking care of each other, everything will be beautiful. Easier said than done. Right? Wrong. First thing we need to do is love ourselves. Love ourselves first and foremost. Start looking at ourselves, looking in our eye, getting that plank out our eye, or that mountain out our eye. You know, we got monoliths in our joints. You know, you gotta laugh at it because it's truth. We got a lot of stuff that we need to clean up. You know, and what better place to do it in you? Like, just that serious. How how can you clean anything up if you're not clean? How can you clean anything up or teach anybody to clean anything up if you don't know how yourself? Mhm. A lot of stuff that we should have been taught from kids, which a lot of it we was, and then it was taken from us. When we was kids, we was allowed to use our imaginations. We was allowed to create. We was allowed to do a lot of things. It was colorful. It was lively. It was fun. It was energetic. Then, as what you call it, the grades went up, it became a dictatorship. You know, wasn't he was able to ask a question and not debate, or well, you can't say debate, but not to disturb or whatever, but to be enlightened on why is it so. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. sorry. I'm in my head, and I'm not going to just say anything in my mouth. And I told y'all, none of this is ever edited. There is no splicing. There is no oops. If it is a oops, that's the way it was, and that's the way I got it. You gonna hate me for it or whatever. I, this is perfection. Perfection is raw. Perfection is uncut. Perfection is reality. With the oops, the bloops, the ups and downs, all of it works. All of it works together. All of it is what it is. Our down times or our chaotic times. I know in the moment or the moment in the past when you was in the moment, you was in the moment. You was experiencing, you was living or whatever. But I know that could be, traumatizing or whatever. But after this traumatizing, if you do allow yourself to, traumatization, if you do allow yourself to, you know, think about and actually do the suggestions that I'm gonna put out there, it will release. It will release. You'll alleviate a weight, and it'll be so easy. It will be so effortlessly, right? And if you still hold the weight, it's because you ain't letting go. It's not that it didn't leave; it's that you holding on to it, right? So think of the traumatization. Go think back to it. You know, not don't experience it, but you're gonna have emotions tied to it, but right now, you're not in the moment. You outside the moment. So that's what the outlook I want you to be at. Is that you watching this happen. You're not experiencing it happen. You watching it happen. As you watching it happen, gather all that information. Remember everything you seen, everything you heard, everything that the smell, everything that you what you call it, that comes back to your mind. And then search what you could have did different that could have helped avoid the situation or lessen the situation or completely eliminate the situation. If and or when you're able to do that, the next time you're in turmoil, even though you're in turmoil, I want you to remember this conversation, this jewel. Stop, breathe, observe, experience, but not in the moment as an observer. And if you can't do it while you going through it, after it happens, instead of you going crazy and what you call dwelling in whatever emotion or energy that it will have you in, because a lot of us is going to go back and replay and relive, but we doing right. We all supposed to replay, but we don't supposed to relive. We're supposed to see the correction, see the error in you first and foremost, and then you able to say what you seen on that end. But you gotta admit to yourself and also take blame for the situation, however may have went. It took both parties. It took both energies to interact the way, or many energies to interact the way they interacted with each other for the outcome to turn out the way the outcome turned out. Right? And this is all negative because when you see the part that could have been changed, that part will be the negative that you didn't see, the negative that you didn't understand. All you did understand is just that you was in your emotion. You wasn't thinking sound, you wasn't thinking clear, you was thinking through that emotion. And that emotion is a different person. All our different emotions are actually different people, all residing in the same vessel. And then you got the one that supposed to. Right now, a lot of us don't have this understanding. What you call our emotions is the one that's controlling the center. The emotions is controlling the brain instead of the brain controlling the emotions. And it's real simple. I'm not talking in big words. I ain't making anything extravagant. I'm talking not in layman's terms, but facts, real life, things that even if you did, every all of us experience it. No matter, even if I can't put what you call say I experienced what you experienced, we all been through our what you call our hells. We all been through our moments. We all been through, all of us. Like I said, nothing that's above me, like it ain't above you. And it's part of law. It's part of the law of life, of this galaxy, this realm, this however you want to describe it. This is it's an undisputed law, undisputed. These these laws are truth. Do you see how strong truth stand? It's the building blocks of everything, of reality, so how can you go against that? And if you do, what are you it's a guaranteed loss. You can have all the will you want. You can have all the vigor, what you call be the energizing bunny 100 times fold, 1,000 fold, infinity fold, and still won't be able to take down this monster. The monster will always outlive you, even if you live to eternity. Is that insane to say? This whole thing could be gone, this whole planet. Our whole world, if this is what you want to say, could be eradicated when if God and when God decides to say, you know what, I'm ready to just start all over with everything. Snap of a finger, everything is back to ground zero, and he restarts whatever he restarts. Right? It's nothing else said, right? So if these are the laws that's absolute, which we all need to search and find these laws. You know, they got the 27 laws, they got the 11 laws, they got, you know, but they all stand. They all stand. Like, I had a conversation with somebody that I just met. His name is Lens. You know, cool individual. You know, just met him. You know, had some, you know, serious conversations, and it just shows me how beautiful God, you know, do what He do. Like, the situation came out of nowhere. A call came in, or not even a call, a text that said, thanks for the birthday wishes. I don't know the number or whatever. So, you know, hit the number. I hit the number back. Like, "Hey, what's going on?" So the person calls like, "Yo," and we was talking like we like he knew who he was talking to. And I said, "Excuse me, I'm not trying to be funny, but um, who are you?" He's like, "It's Lens." I'm like, what you going? Sorry. He's like, "Yo, um, we don't actually know each other. We know each other through, you know, that video game shit. I forgot how to call it, the Concord shit. And you go, we know each other through that." And I was like, and she goes, "You know, you wish me on boom, and this is the number that I had connected to you. But how long you had this number?" I said, "I had this number for about a year." He's like, "Oh, that's crazy, because you go, you know, this person was actually getting in contact with me through this number. You go, he might have cloned your shit or however." I'm like, "Yeah, all right, but you know, I'm not even worrying about stuff like that. It ain't, you know." But boom, we end up talking. She goes, his birthday. I wish him a happy birthday. And he kind of was going through a little something. And, you know, I was able to, you know, help lighten his day, or, you know, change the outcome of something that could have, you know, really went south. I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm just speaking on, you know, the experience that I had today that was kind of, you know, that kind of, it was prophesized, but it wasn't prophesized in detail. I was prophesized to meet somebody today, and what you call, and we'll have you know, make a bond will happen, and this situation happened, and the bond, the bond is there, you know, or the bond can be there. It could lead to this bond. You know, only God knows, and the energy will speak for itself. All right. There's just so much. All right, like how the world has us structured to be masters of a certain thing. You know, you're a doctor, and you gotta have you're a master of this specific thing in what you call in the doctorhood, or what you call, you know, you're in construction, and what you call, this is your only thing you know how to do, type thing. And it's a hindrance to 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 oneself to be one-sided. Like, you know, I believe most construction workers should know how to do everything, a little of everything, even if they ain't a master of it. But what you call it, the knowing of it. and not just knowing of it, you actually performed it. So you know basically what you're doing. You know, you helped out. You know, you did it for a couple of months. You did it for a couple of years. So if you ever had to do it again, you won't hesitate. You know you have some knowledge. Even if you rusty, you basically have a knowledge to do. You know, get the job done, and have faith in yourself that you know you do it right. And not if you're gonna do it strictly by memory, then what you call that's a little how you say overzealous. But you can always refresh yourself and make sure you know you doing what you're doing is right. And once you actually know whatever you're doing is right, you have faith in your work. Like, you know, um, I said all knowledge is good knowledge because you never know when you might need it. Right? And the more knowledge you know, the bigger, the more pieces you have, the better the clarity of the picture that you're facing, that you will receive. Because if I'm missing this piece, but I got all these other pieces, I'm still missing that one section or that one piece. It depends on how full, you know, you put that puzzle together. You know, my, my puzzle's so big, I might not ever get to fill it, but I'm gonna put every piece I need to put together. If I don't make it, that's because God said, "All right, you did as much as I needed you to do. As you call, leave it to somebody, leave the rest to somebody else to you know, to finish your work. You know, and it's not even my work; it's His work. It's our work. That's our job is to work together. That's our job to take care of this planet. That's our job to take care of all the animals. That's our job to, you know, prosper. We was able to walk around the lions. We was able to walk around the hyenas, pet them even, sleep on them, sleep with them. And I'm talking about all animals in harmony. You didn't have to worry about even the other animals. They didn't have to worry about them eating each other. That the lion had to be eating this one and that one. All that happened after the fact, after we got kicked out of Eden, and God started putting, you know, not the first, not the first, not the originals. Because originals are still living in what you call, you know, in their kinghood and eating. They're kind of siblings. Because I doubt God would have put perfect, perfect divine, completely divine, already divine, godly animals. Because that's what they was. They was godly animals. We was godly people. Adam was godly. You call Eve was God, you know, godly. We was all divine. None of us had sin. None of us had blemish. None of us we did what we were supposed to do and lived in harmony. We all know that to be that. We should all know that to be, and we could do it again. How many people you know around the world handles handles the most dangerous animals on the planet and don't get hurt? Not saying eventually something might happen, an accident or whatever, but it's not really an accident. I just want to make that clear. That was just the divine saying, all right, what you call it, come, come to me or go where you need to go, one or the other. And that's just facts. Because other than that, you're talking about masters of their craft, right? You got whole countries that what you call live amongst cobras, babies playing with cobras, adults leaving cobras around their babies to guard their babies like they what you call they siblings or guard dogs or parents. So look it up. Think I'm joking. Got people that handles hyenas. Got people that handle like among the zookeepers and all that. But you got some people that actually go take it as far as it's family to them. It's not a pet. It's family to them. It sits in high honor. You know, that's also no fear. That's also confident that the animal sense, not that you don't fear it, that you ain't its enemy. And not that you ain't not just his enemy, you ain't his prey either. Animals have read different. They see the true self. They know they know who to chase down. In all reality, they know the scent. Pure don't taste right in their mouth. Or everybody wants some seasoning. Everybody want that adobo. Everybody want that onion powder, garlic, and what you call paprika and pepper and whatever else y'all using, whatever dishes y'all use. But you know, you want that. You want to taste it. You don't want that light taste. That like you want that. You want that. And wickedness is a season. That's why they say, "Oh, you're a goody goody. You taste bland. You plain. You the original. Ew. Ooh, look at the bad boy over there. He sees it. That nigga gonna be a delight. And then after you eat him or eat her, you like this. Oh, heartburn. Oh, ulcer. Oh, cancer. Oh. And then fuck around and still talk about, but I love it. I need some more. like we all do. We do dumb shit. Like what you call I could I smoke cigarettes and shit like that. So we know that it's killing us, but yet damn I need a cigarette. Damn. Oh, I just finished eating. Ooh. Oh damn I need a cigarette. I need a cigarette. Or you need a cigarette, that cigarette when you first wake up while you on the toilet. I know the smokers is like, yeah. I know what you're talking about, bro. That's just like, oh. But non-smokers, y'all don't, and it's a good thing, But y'all got something else that y'all do that helps y'all, feel that way. Shit like that. We all have addictions. Good addictions, bad addictions. Addictions is addictions. If it's too much of something, it's an imbalance. It's going even if it has nothing but good properties. Too much of a good is a bad, and too much of a bad isn't good. You know. So it truly is a balance. Uh, uh, a hellfire tightrope dance because you, as you call it, it's not just one rope; it's billions of ropes, and it's you on every last one of those ropes doing your balancing act to be your best self. To be your best self. So we need, we need the kung fu teachers. You know, the ones that's real masters, and they put you through real torturous shit that you be like, yo, I hate this motherfucker. But at the end of the day, you end up being one of the most nicest defenders or notorious motherfuckers on the planet. Well, this is God's school. He's getting you on the hype. Stand on one leg on that pole. Do 3,000 push-ups. Give me 100,000 backflips. You know, he's on it. He's on it. You know, and he want to see who's gonna give up and who's willing to learn, and not just learn, but to fully comprehend and stand and understand. Because even like in the kung fu movies, you got the student that you call he's nice, that you call he's into his craft or whatever, but he goes on to the dark path, you know, or that that's the path he chose. That's the way he's seen. That you call he got the same knowledge as that you call the hero. Got the same knowledge, but used it in a different way. All knowledge is good knowledge. It's how you use it that makes it what it is. Mhm. And we use everything for good. All our tools, all our, our lessons, all our hardships, all our good times, or, if we use those things for good, to the better of ourselves, there ain't nothing we can't do. That you couldn't do. It ain't nothing that and so on. And then if we all on it like that, and then get on one mind accord, where we all working together in agreement for whatever cause, is guaranteed. Is that not truth? It will be guaranteed. So I just need y'all to get on board. I need y'all to start waking up to the information that we take in, which all information is good information. It's how we use it, how we apply it. For real, I really don't know what else to say as far as that, because it's really as simple as that. We could point to this, we could point to that, but you're not pointing to what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the root. When you deal with the root, it, it do I have to say it? Like, for real, you deal with the root, nothing stands. If you kill the root, there is no branches, there is no stem, there is no, leaves. Boom. So we deal with the root, and it's not killing the root. It's that we dealing with the root, the root, the root, the foundation. If the foundation is not strong, it don't stand, then it gets pulled up. The shaft and the weeds. Another biblical sense. Everything that don't bear good fruit needs to be purged, needs to be thrown in the fire. I don't want to throw nobody in the fire. Hopefully you don't want to throw nobody in the fire. But even if we ain't throwing them in the fire, we all on fire because nobody is doing, we are not getting together and putting the fire out. We standing, you on fire, I'm on fire, they on fire, everybody's on fire. So that's a big fire, right? It's a consuming fire. Why would we allow that, which is where we at, allow that to happen? Put your fire out, which is look at yourself, correct yourself, which, that will be a life going thing. But every attempt, every step to that direction is to better you. You know, and the more you